All right, here is our roadmap for today. We're going to cover the biological age deception, engineering proactive AI health, defeating wearable data fatigue, cutting-edge AI interventions, the creative longevity loop, and finally, building your health OS. Let's get right to it.
First up, Section 1, the biological age deception. Let's get a completely new perspective on age. So what actually is biological age? Well, it's the true physiological age of your cells and tissues. And how do we measure this? Through something called DNA methylation and epigenetic clocks. Think of your DNA like the hardware of a computer, and the epigenome as the software that tells your genes whether to turn on or off. Over time, environmental factors, your diet, and stress actually alter this software. By testing your DNA methylation to find your inner age, you get a brutally honest report card of your overall health. If you aren't benchmarking this, you're flying completely blind. You know, hoping your green smoothies and morning jogs are working is kind of like crossing your fingers while eating a salad. We really want to replace that hope with hard, measurable engineering. Moving right along to Section 2, engineering proactive AI health. Right now, we generally accept reactive medicine as totally normal. But let's be honest, it's literally just sick care. You wait until you feel awful, you go to the doctor, and you get an annual blood test that acts as a mere snapshot in time. It's basically like trying to understand an entire 2-hour movie by looking at a single frame. On the flip side, proactive medicine, or health engineering, utilizes continuous monitoring of your ECG, your respiration, and your glucose. AI predictive modeling analyzes these continuous data streams to catch issues like insulin resistance or cardiovascular anomalies, months or even years before a physical symptom ever forces you into a waiting room. And make no mistake, the global infrastructure is aggressively pivoting to support this. Get this, the AI health market is projected to exceed $187 billion by 2030. That is billion with the B. This isn't just some passing fad or a niche biohacker trend. This is a massive, highly funded, and reliable shift toward personalized medicine. The entire healthcare ecosystem is betting billions of dollars on the fact that proactive data analysis is the definitive future of human longevity. Now, there's actually a massive distinction between being normal and being optimal. When you get standard lab results back and your doctor says you're normal, that really just means you aren't actively dying, according to a generalized bell curve. It just means you're not sick. But not sick is a terrible goal for longevity. You want to be in the optimal column. AI platforms, like InsideTracker, for example, take your blood markers and apply personalized AI analysis against your unique, tailored genetic baselines. They don't just want your vitamin D or testosterone in the normal range. They map out the precise, optimal zones required to push your biology into peak performance and really extend your health span. All right, Section 3, defeating wearable data fatigue. It's time to unify that health data. If you've ever felt completely overwhelmed by your smartwatch buzzing, your sleep ring yelling at you with a low score, and your diet app demanding input, yeah, you're definitely not alone. The problem here is that your body creates raw, fragmented data streams. Your ring doesn't talk to your continuous glucose monitor, and neither of them talk to your blood test results. It is just noise. What you really need is a health OS, an operating system that filters out all that noise. Data aggregators like NeuroHealth act as this unified brain. Instead of just telling you that you slept poorly, a true health OS analyzes the cross-section of your data to tell you, hey, that late dinner at 8:30 p.m. caused a glucose spike, which actively destroyed your deep sleep architecture at 2 a.m. It connects the dots for you, turning chaotic data into a clear, single pane of glass for your daily decisions. Next up, Section 4, cutting-edge AI interventions. We are going way beyond basic wearables. Because we're evolving far past basic step counters. I'm talking about smart insulin pens that are currently achieving 95% accuracy in injection site recognition to optimize absorption. Or neural implants, actual brain-machine interfaces that are actively being developed and deployed right now to combat the neuropathological decay of Alzheimer's. We've got smart glasses facilitating human-robot interactions for mobility-impaired individuals, and AI avatars serving as frontline mental health assistants in resource-limited settings where human therapists are completely unavailable. This is the new baseline of precision robotics and neurology, and it's incredible. But you know what the real turbocharger for all of this is? Quantum computing integration. This is the modern leap that a lot of people are entirely missing. By integrating quantum computing into health AI, we are seeing the speed of complex diagnostic capabilities accelerate by 10 to 20 times. What used to take massive server farms literally weeks to compute regarding protein folding or genetic mutations can now be modeled in a fraction of the time. It dramatically shrinks the window between an anomaly happening in your body and a highly targeted medical intervention. Which brings us to Section 5, the creative longevity loop. Let's talk about building brain plasticity.
You know, you actually face a critical lifestyle choice every single day. On one side, you have passive consumption, watching TV or mindlessly scrolling through social media, which just allows your neural pathways to atrophy. On the other side, you have cognitive stress tests, and I'm talking about engaging in complex, frustrating, and challenging hobbies. Learning to use new AI tools like Zeba Sky or Photoshop Firefly for video and photo editing literally forces your brain to build entirely new neural networks. So it's not just a fun hobby, it is a vital preventative medical protocol. This process builds what we call your cognitive reserve. That is basically your brain's resilience to neuropathological damage. When you engage in challenging mental tasks, you are actively banking cognitive reserve. Applications like BrainHQ or simply learning complex AI software create a buffer in your brain that actively delays the onset of dementia symptoms. You're essentially turning your creative work into literal armor for your mind. You're treating your brain plasticity with the exact same rigor as your cardiovascular system. Finally, Section 6. Building your health OS. Here is how you take immediate control. Here is your exact 4-step framework to take immediate control of your biological clock right now. Step 1, measure. Stop guessing. Benchmark your true biological age using a DNA methylation test like True Diagnostic to find out where your baseline actually is. Step 2, optimize. Don't settle for normal lab results. Use AI analysis to push your biomarkers into optimal, peak performance zones tailored strictly to your genetics. Step 3, connect. Defeat data fatigue by unifying your wearable streams with a data aggregator so AI can find those hidden correlations between your sleep, your diet, and your glucose. And Step 4, train. Actively engage in complex brain plasticity building hobbies to build up that cognitive reserve. Because at the end of the day, longevity isn't actually about living forever. It's about increasing your health span. We aren't just trying to tack on a few extra years of decrepit survival at the very end of life. By treating your biology as an engineering project, by tracking the data, optimizing the inputs, and engaging your brain, you are actively rewinding both your physical and cognitive clocks to maintain peak vitality for as long as humanly possible. So, look at your smartwatch, take a look at your daily routines, and ask yourself this one final crucial question. Are you just tracking your age, or are you actively rewinding it?